This thing was not on and I was just talking to myself. And also when it like looks like I'm looking off to the side and really just looking at myself like talking, it's 2022 guys, and I am ready for a brand new year. Woo woo! Cheers. What's up everyone? Hi, my name is Arissa, for those of you who are new here. I'm a youth activist and I'm not even gonna call myself a YouTuber, although I love filmmaking and sharing my story and making videos. So here I am. If you're new to my channel, this is basically a space where I just talk about my activism journey, kind of school-related stuff, goals, life, yeah, and how I can share some lessons that hopefully will be able to help you. So, little disclaimer, it's been definitely a long time since I've made a video, and I think it's just because I did not anticipate how busy I would be with so many other things going on in my life. 2021 was definitely like the busiest year. A lot of things were happening with my family and friends, and so I did not get to put a lot of creative energy into YouTube, but I know this year in 2022 that's definitely gonna change. And you know how I know it's gonna change? Because I've planned it out and I know how I'm going to make sure that I prioritize making YouTube videos and sharing in this space. So speaking of how I've planned that out, today's video is all about how you can make a vision board and plan out your year for 2022. Let's get started. Okay, so that day when I was putting up my vision board, it was crazy because my family and I were trying to, fix this. Okay, my family and I were trying to see my relatives, and so everything was insane, so sorry about all of that messiness. But for now, I wanted to talk to you about what is on my vision board and kind of how I choose pictures. So on the screen, I'll put up a picture right here, should be here somewhere, about what my vision board looks like, and just tell you some of the things that each of the photos represent. So I'm using my Notion right now to tell you, and if you don't know what Notion is, please do this for yourself and look into Notion. It is the most amazing tool I've ever come across. So on my Notion, I have a bunch of to-do items for 2022, and they are represented on my vision board too. So I guess maybe one of them that stands out to me is the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. So that is a goal of mine. Somebody photoshopped my face on the Forbes. So I was like, let's just put that up, because who knows, maybe that could happen. Key tip number 1 for you today is when you're making a goal, make sure that you say to yourself or represent your goal as if it has already happened. So for example, if you are into like mantras or things like that, you can be like, I'm grateful that I have blank. And there's science around this, and I'm no psychologist or anything, but I have looked into it for myself, and I've actually learned that there is something in our brain that when we think something has already happened, we can already begin to feel that gratitude or that excitement, and that in turn leads us to do more to actually achieve that in real life. So make sure you do that. Number 2, another example of a goal I have is to get on my honor roll at school. I know if you're a student, which a lot of you are who watch my channel, a lot of us strive to get really good grades. So for me, that's really important. And so yeah, I just put like honor roll on there. Just, you know, these images that are on my vision board are just from the internet. It's nothing special, so you can find those too. So student trustees. So for those of you who are in the TDSB, hello. For those of you who are not, TDSB just means Toronto District School Board. But anyway, I would really love to become a student trustee this year. So what I did was I took my photo and I put it like on the website. I used Canva for this. And again, that speaks to how seeing and visualizing can really be impactful in achieving your goal. Okay, so here are like the 4 steps that you're gonna need to take in order to make the vision board after you figure out kind of what you want. And after, I shared my examples, maybe if you wanna do this right now, you can grab a pen and paper, or if you use Notion, you can write on your Notion or notes or whatever, and just write down everything you wanna do this year. And don't call it a vision for 2022, call it a to-do list for 2022, because that way it's like, I actually have to do these things and I really want to do these things too. So once you do that, the first step you're gonna need to take is to go out and get a poster board, or even if you wanna make this digitally, that works too. One of my really close friends made hers on Google Slides, I believe, and it looks fantastic. So don't worry about, going out to buy new materials. I also know that it's the pandemic and it's really hard right now. So use what you can. After that, you're gonna wanna select your pictures from online. So I would just recommend searching things up. You can also use Canva. I will link everything down below. Following that, you're gonna want to print out your pictures, or if you're doing it digitally, save them all and put them all out in whatever manner you want to. And then the last step is just to put it up somewhere where you're gonna see it and really look at it. Mine is over there. You can't see on the screen right now, but it's hanging on my wall, and that's because I look there like every day when I wake up and when I go to bed. And so that's the first thing I meditate about in the morning and the last thing I meditate about in the evening. I really hope this video helps you in deciding kind of what you want to see for yourself in 2022. I know that this year has already started off really hard given everything going on. Shout out to my Ontario fellow students who are online right now for school. I know it's not easy, but when we actually think about what we want, it's much easier to get there. So I wish you all the very best for your vision board creating and for the rest of the year, and stay tuned for a part 2 of yearly planning. Bye for now.